This is a Glass Box Media podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to another Shorty edition. This is the Shorty episode for May.
Can you believe that?
No.
Can you believe it's May? It's the weirdest. Time is doing the weirdest fucking thing because part of me is like, how the fuck is it May? And then the other part is like, somebody said recently, they were talking about the fires in Australia being in February. And I'm like,
That feels
what?
like last
that
year.
Feels like, yes, it feels like it was like 2 years ago. And it was like, oh no,
Absolutely.
it was like 2 months ago.
Oh my God.
This
You
has
just
been the
blew my mind.
slowest few months of my life.
Yeah.
It's wild. I'm like, time is standing still.
Well, everything is just running into everything else, which is why I think I'm so confused because I am like, whoa, really? It's May? April is over already? But then I'm also like, I feel like I've been in quarantine for 16 years. So
That's true.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I finally got like fed up with television or whatever really this week. And I'm like, literally any excuse I have to go outside, I'm like, I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to
Anthony's been making fun of me because every time he comes out to check, because he's in the bedroom working, that's where his office is. And then my office is in the living room. And he's like, every time I go into the living room, you are outside with the plants. Like, I'm like obsessive about these fucking plants at this point. Like, I'm like checking each individual leaf because we have caterpillars and I'm like hand picking the caterpillars off to save my plant, to keep my plants healthy. I'm like obsessed. That's where I'm at in quarantine. I'm like, it's like cats, bread, plants.
Yeah.
That's it.
repeat.
Mine has been the only thing keeping me occupied is cooking. And my husband this morning was like, because I made breakfast, he's like, Chris was like, I think that we may have to not let you go back to work or something. I'm like, I hate it. I'm out
You're
here.
like, I will die. I will wither away and die.
I hate it.
But I have mastered a bomb-ass steak. I made steak yesterday that was so fucking good. Oh,
Nice.
Delicioso.
Yeah, cooking has definitely been a big thing for like something that we look forward to. We're like, we talk about it the night before. We're like,
Always.
tomorrow for dinner, we're going to have seared chicken thighs and a Dijon mustard sauce.
Yep.
We're like
Smashed
getting
potatoes.
each other off
Yep.
talking about it. You
Yep.
know,
This is where we are.
It's a fun kind of like brain game for me too, because before I was living such a life of like, who knows, maybe I'll pick up dinner, like buying groceries as I needed them to make meals.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of like a fun game of being like, what
What's
do we
in the
have in the
fridge and
fridge?
freezer?
What's about to expire? What can I make with those ingredients?
Every day is an episode of Chopped.
Yes. I
I'm
ran
like, I've
out
got
of
some-
EVOO, so I'm like running low on options here.
I can bring you a cup. We bought a new thing of olive oil, so I can bring you just like a little cup. I'll drop it in front of your door with a little bow on it for you.
I'm going to order some from wherever, but also I'm not going to tell you just so you drop it by and I can see you out my window.
Wave.
Hi.
You're so close. So far.
Oh my God.
I'm fine though. I'm holding up completely fine. This is fine. This is fine.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I cracked open a White Claw at 10:45. So yeah, things are great.
Good.
Things
We
are
were
great.
talking before we started recording about how I had to put stipulations on when I started drinking during the work week. I'm like, you cannot start drinking before 5 p.m.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to put it off because otherwise, I mean, it's just lawless. It's lawless out here.
There are no laws in the Quar right now. It's the wild, wild west. I just told Chris, I'm like, it's Quar war. We do in times of war. We drink whatever the fuck we want. I'm not even
it's so
working right now,
funny.
but I've also tried to make that my rule as well. No drinking before 5.
Yeah,
But it's just
'cause
coffee until then.
otherwise. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's interesting the different phases people go through during the Quar, and also how so many of those are similar. Like, there are so many people baking bread right now. Like, you go through a bread baking phase, like a gardening phase. The whole thing is a drinking phase.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I went through, hey, what would it be like to live on a homestead phase?
Oh, I've
and
been
not
through
be
that
here.
always. I go through that one a lot.
I've literally been like watching so many videos, and I'm like, you know what? I think I could do it.
Our rule for the drinking is like no hard liquor during the week. That's ours. We keep hard liquor for the weekends.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, I just don't want to feel like hungover on a Tuesday. Because I'm like, we're going to come home at 5. We can crack open a bottle of wine or, have White Claws and still like the next day, like feel like a normal person. But we crack open a bottle of bourbon.
Right.
And I'm like, the next day, I'm like,
Well, you know what?
What have I
in the
done?
I
toilet.
feel like as the Quar has been going on, I am drinking every day, but I feel like I'm drinking less. So it's like I'm drinking, like I'll have like a Greyhound, like vodka, grapefruit juice at night, but I'm having like 1 or like maybe 2. So I'm not getting hungover.
Yeah.
Like last night, I tried to drink a bottle of beer, and I was just like, no, don't like it.
I've been drinking a lot of pot tea as
Nice.
well.
Oh, how is it?
Fucking incredible. It's
Really?
really, really great. I'll have to look up the brand. It's a CBD THC blend, and it just like chills me out. It just
Nice.
it really relaxes me.
Maybe that's what
Eric
I
got
need
me
right
a
now.
bunch. Dude, honestly, it like really nipped my anxiety in the bud. Like if my head is spinning from work and all this kind of stuff, I just like drink the tea, and like 20 minutes later, I'm like, Parks and Rec, yay!
You know what? We'll talk about this. Of course, we usually talk about what we're watching in our full length episodes, but I watched the first season of Miracle Workers when that was happening. It was like that TBS show that has Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Buscemi and a couple other comedians.
Oh,
Very,
right.
And the first season was so fucking funny.
Like they work
And
for
so-
God.
Yeah, they worked for God, and it was like he was gonna do an end of the world for Earth, and like Earth was a piece of shit. It was really, really funny. And so they did a second season with the same cast, but they're all playing different characters, and it's set in the Dark Ages, like in the Middle Ages. It is so funny, like stupid. It's so dumb, but it is so funny. Like I highly recommend if you drink your pot tea and then like watch a few episodes.
Yes.
Because it's really weird. It's a very weird show, but it was very, very funny.
Oh, good. I'm going to check it out. It reminds me of, what else was a weird show, but it was so fucking funny? It was Good Place. That show is fucking hilarious with
Kristen Bell.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really want to
And
watch it, and I haven't yet. But it seems
it's
like another one of
so
those.
good.
Yeah, it's just gonna make you feel good.
Yeah,
make you
definitely
laugh.
recommend that. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Well, should we get this party started?
Yeah, we should
do
do
we
a
have
would you rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love from last week people sending us wasp things. Like someone sent us the thing where the wasp's head got cut off and then it picked it up and flew away.
I saw that. Oh my God.
Fucking nightmares.
Psychopaths. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God. Dude, that one chick that replied with the story about her car getting overtaken by wasps. I was
I
dying.
didn't ask her if I could read that on the podcast, but listeners, I wish I could, because it was not only was the story fucking bananas, but also her storytelling was so funny.
She said great value beekeeper outfit. I was dying.
Which
oh my
means
God.
she just wrapped herself in trash bags and put on like scuba goggles.
Can you imagine if you looked out your apartment window and you saw somebody doing that shit?
Beating the shit out of their own car. Because it's full of wasps.
Oh my God.
How come the first one I pulled was bee related? I was like, I'm putting that back.
Oh my God. That's
Fuck
crazy.
that. All right. Okay. Would you rather inherit $100,000 or inherit the key to and the contents of one random safety deposit box in a Swiss bank?
100,000. Dude, I'm
Take the money and run.
Screaming at people who are like, let's make a deal or whatever, and they like end up getting a goat. I'm like, you dumb bitch. I get so angry at them. Like,
Enjoy
you have
your
money
goat.
in your hands.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I think
that's that
I'm
grass
gonna-
is greener mentality, man.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same thing, because while your chances are probably pretty good of getting something very cool out of a Swiss bank, I am not a rich lady, and the prospect of someone just giving me $100,000, guys, do you know what I could do homestead-wise with $100,000? I could build my own straw bale house and probably get some starter goats. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you could buy those goats all by yourself.
I know. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, and you know what? The fact it's a random safety deposit box in a Swiss bank account makes me think you'll get Nazi stuff.
it's possible.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and nobody's.
and that's-
I mean,
there's
the
no
only way you're
value
gonna
in
sell
that.
Nazi. Yeah, the only way you're selling it is to some very shady people on the dark web, and you don't want to go there.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
I
Take
don't
your
like it.
100,000, create your homestead, and get starter goats. That is
That's right.
the correct
Mhm,
answer.
mhm. And in
Done.
fact, if we each got 100,000, I'm just saying we could have adjoining homesteads.
That's right.
And so many goats.
we
so
could
many
we
goats.
could start our tiny house village.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh my God, it's like
Yes.
that story of those women from China or whatever that all went in together and like built that big home for them all to retire in.
All
live in.
I'm saying is that my family has a lot of property in New Mexico, and I've already Googled what will grow there. That's all I'm saying.
I'd be down for that. It's warm
I'm
there.
here.
I like it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will get us started. I got this story from Reddit. Very short. First date, dinner with a girl I really liked. When leaving, I backed my car into another person's car. Embarrassed, but I handled the situation, exchange info, etc. Then, while driving her home, I hit a deer.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I got out of the car to evaluate the damage and discovered that the deer is alive and suffering. No animal control to euthanize, so I did the humane thing and ended its suffering in a quick and respectful manner. Awkwardness ensues. We never had a second date.
On a
Wait.
date.
Wait.
On a date.
Wait,
What would you do?
do you guys remember when I told that story? And like it was a long time ago. It was like when we first started. It was like maybe the second, third episode. And
I remember, yes.
one of my girlfriends went on a date with a guy who hit a deer and he pulled like a gun out of the back of his truck.
I wonder.
Do you remember?
I wonder if this is the guy's perspective of that date. Oh my God.
I don't know what I would do. Did I tell you guys? So I was working last week. I was working and I've got a big window in my living room and I heard like a big thud.
Brag.
And I was like, I know, I'm so lucky. Except I heard a big thud and I looked over and a bird had hit the window and was like passed out on my balcony. And I was so freaked out. I like went out there and I was like, it was still alive. And immediately my brain was like, am I going to have to kill this bird? Because it's inhumane to keep it alive if its neck is broken. And so I was like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like panicking. I called my mom. She didn't pick up. I'm 30 years old. I called my mom. And then I like was Googling what to do. And they were like, put it in a box. It might just be stunned. Give it a couple hours and usually they'll fly away. So I got a box ready. I put a bunch of holes in a shoebox.
Oh no.
Anthony put on some gloves and he went to pick it up. And as he was going to pick it up, like touching it, it got up and flew into a tree.
Oh no.
And it stayed in the tree for like 2 hours, like in the same spot. It just needed to like recalibrate itself. But later on, about 30 minutes later, a different bird, I know this because that bird was sitting in the tree, a different bird hit my fucking window.
Jesus.
Whoa. Your windows are clean.
Yeah, because Anthony's been getting up at like 6 a.m. every day and cleaning the whole apartment before I get up to go to work, quote unquote. But it hit the window so hard it left feathers behind, but then it just flew away.
Jesus.
Oh my And that's God. The only time it's happened. And I'm sitting here thinking,
is that like an omen?
This is the beginning of every demon movie or fucking alien movie. This is the fourth kind. Birds are seeking out my house.
Yep.
It's a bad omen.
What is that fucking crazy conspiracy theory that coronavirus was created because they have to change all the batteries in the birds?
Amy sent that text when she was like, were the batteries malfunctioning or something? I was like, what the fuck, you guys? You guys. Now is not the time.
Wrong with people. People are drinking bleach.
Oh, yeah. Where do we
Welcome
even
to 2020. Hi.
I don't want to. I don't want to. All right. I'll go. So I got this from a thread on Twitter. And I don't know why it's just struck me as funny. This guy had asked for people to tell them their worst dating stories. And this person says, got all dressed up, drove to Cork. So apparently they're in the UK. Drove to Cork to meet him in a car park. Got into his car and realized I had been catfished. He got really creepy and touchy, so I suggested grabbing a condom from my car, so he unlocked the car and I pegged it.
Genius tactic.
Yes.
Yeah.
He followed me though. I rang some of my mates from a local town to come cut him off the road from following me. I was told to beat my horn passing a crossroads and my mates would cut across. Then I lost him. What an absolute creep. Moral of the story, never meet a random in a car park.
Yeah, a fucking men. Wow, that's so scary.
Yeah,
that's some
or
good
at least
friends.
insist on them getting out of their car and meeting you. I don't want to get into your car. If I've never met you in real life, I don't want to get into your car.
Yeah,
we need introductions first, bare minimum.
That's Ted Bundy shit, you know?
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab a condom real quick. I'll be right back. That's smart.
I actually think that's brilliant because it's like you're feeding into his ego, it's a great way to get away. Okay. I went on a date with my then wife. After we ordered food, she said, "This isn't really what I wanted." I thought she meant the restaurant. She slid her ring across the table and left. Her mom was waiting outside for her. I got home and the apartment was clear of all of her things except divorce papers.
Yo. You're like, you don't like the mozzarella sticks?
Exactly.
we could have done Chinese. Wait, what?
And why would she order? Like, this is the thing that goes through my mind is like, why would you order? Because clearly you had this figured out. Like, because you had someone, probably your parents, at home clearing all your shit out of the house, and your mom was there. So she's trying to
stretching the time, probably. And you know what?
So you left him with the bill on top of everything else? Jesus, I hope you ordered something cheap.
That tactic sounds like a very thought out, long process tactic. Makes me wonder what that relationship was like for her to feel like that she had to, like, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes out of this situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't
That's
know
probably what she had to do. She was like, running
I
out.
don't know, because he had an update and he said this was 16 years ago. I'm now remarried to my dream girl, 10 years as of November, 2 adorable kids and a great life. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he was a creep or maybe she was just awful.
Yeah. It's
Who's to say? Maybe she's so conflict avoidant.
Yes.
That she was just like, this is just, I can't handle actually breaking up with you in a real way.
So.
Or a sociopath. She's either conflict avoided or just a complete sociopath. And it's just like, this is the way that, you know what I mean? Like, I just, efficient. I'm here. I'm hungry. I'm having a meal. I'm done with my marriage and all my shit's packed up,
And goodbye. It's really weird to me though that like her parents were on board, because I feel like if I told my mom would be like,
what's going on,
Keegan? Yeah, my mom would be like, you need to like I'll be there for emotional support if you need it, but you need to like
handle this.
Have an actual conversation,
which is what
this
makes
like
me
an adult.
wonder again, like what were the circumstances, or were the circumstances?
That's
well, from my own experience, like it wasn't like my ex's mom was super like she was just all about making sure her son was okay more than trying to like be responsible, caring, or anything like that. So
that's just parents, I guess.
Sometimes people, sometimes it's like, they're just on their kid's side no matter what kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and that's the problem with shorties is that we don't always get to know.
Yeah.
Only one paragraph.
I was 16, very inexperienced, and I had only been with one other girl at this point. The problem, the first girl I was with was a freak. Oh, how I wish I wasn't so naive then. So anyway, the first girl liked to suck my fingers after they were inside her. So I'm thinking, yeah, all girls must like this.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Anyway, this second girl I was with, we were getting hot and heavy, and I dropped the hand. Being inexperienced and fooling around for a while, I took my hand out from her pants and shoved it in her mouth. Cue screaming and general madness. Now, it was dark. We had the lights off. I jumped up and back thinking I had just done some evil, vile thing to this girl. Turns out I had. I turned on the lights to see a streak of red across her cheek going into her mouth.
No. Oh, no.
She was at that particular moment in the midst of her monthly claret. Why she let me into her pants, I do not know. Maybe she's
I gotta say, that's partially on her. That's partially on her. Like, you can't do that.
We both buttoned up and she left. Not the best experience for either of us, I tell you that.
Wow.
Listen, I am
worse for her. I'm not gonna lie.
It is
He
worse
put it in
for
her
her,
mouth.
but mortifying for him.
Oh,
I have an embarrassing story.
Yes.
I have an
okay.
embarrassing story. So I was young and inexperienced as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shame receipt because it is the kind of thing that like jerks me awake, and it's probably not even that bad, but for me, man. Okay, so I was like seeing this dude. I was on my period. I had the type of mom, you know the type. I think Amy Schumer, I've never related to Amy Schumer so much as when in her special she was talking about her mom and how her mom only ever, like she was the mom that was like, you don't need to shave above the knee. That was my mom. And she was like, you only have to wear pads because that's what my mom had. Like she did not have tampons. So I had a pad on. I was over at this guy's house and I was like, sweet angel baby, like I'm going to be a virgin forever until I'm married. And so I was like fooling around with this guy though, and he stuck his hand down my pants like on the outside, and I had a pad on.
Yes.
And it was just so awkward because if you've ever felt like the outside of your underwear when a pad is on, it's like thick.
Yes.
And I was just kind of like I didn't know how to like weasel my way out of it. I was like 18, you know. He was like 18.
no.
I was 17 or 18.
no.
Oh God, so uncomfortable. Anyway,
Oh
and I
man.
think about that at inopportune moments of my life.
Of
like I
course.
think about it, and I'm
You're like, did he
God,
just
that
think I had a
was-
really weird vagina?
Yeah, because
think
also
I'm wearing diapers?
teenage boys are dumb too. So like, who knows what he thought?
I dated a girl who wore a diaper once.
Because of course, also when you're a teenager, as an adult, you would just address it. Like you would
Yeah,
just be
right.
like, "Oh, this is the situation." As a teenager, you just ignore it
Yep.
and are like, "Maybe they didn't notice," which, like, of course they did.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Oh.
Do we have any more?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I was seeing this girl on and off, a friends with benefits deal. She told me she had a hotel room for some cheerleader event she was coaching at the time. And I should come out and keep her company. This is in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Did you know that was a place?
Yeah.
King of Prussia? I did not know. It's a long title for a place.
Town?
Anyway.
They
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
like
for a town.
they have like outlet stores there. And the big mall,
Interesting.
King of Prussia Mall.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. This is in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. I live in New Jersey. Offer of fun hotel sex, but a bit of a drive? Sure, I'm in. Drive the couple hours out there to meet her in the hotel lobby. Pause. So normally I would be like, geographically undesirable, no thank you, why are you driving so far? However, hotel sex.
Yeah.
Hotel sex is a specific kind of
amazing.
fun. Yes, it is. So I'm like, I can't really fault you too much for that. So anyway, I meet her in the hotel lobby. We go up to the room. Her dad is in the room because this is a cheerleading competition for her little sister. Her entire family is there.
No. No.
Her father has to go into work as a firefighter, so he's leaving her the hotel room. He's carrying his overnight bag out as I'm carrying mine in.
Oh,
Unbelievably obvious as to what was about to go down. Never felt
God.
so uncomfortable.
My God.
Oh my god.
You're all geared up for fucking hot hotel sex.
Ooh.
Like you just drove hours. You had hours to ramp yourself up for this hotel sex.
Why
Hey,
did
Dad.
she like?
Bye,
Why did
Dad.
she think about it and like time it better so at least they didn't cross paths?
Right.
All
text
afternoon she
him
was like,
and be
Dad,
like,
it's a
"Hey,
long drive, right?
Yeah, or like text him when he gets there because surely he had to call her to be like, I'm in the lobby or whatever. Text him and be like, hey, my parents are here. Can you just wait like 30 minutes? They're getting ready to leave. Go get a burger.
Exactly.
Come back.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Wow.
Awkward.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Ah. Well, hey, if you guys got stories, whether they be short or long, if you want to check out our Facebook group, I know we referenced it earlier. It's always chock full of incredible stories and content. Go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstatepodcast.com. And we thank you so much for listening.
Cheers.
This is a Glass Box Media podcast.